Hey everybody, welcome back to my Let's Play of PokeMMO Pokemon Heart Gold, which has essentially just become a recap of the Gospel of Gold, which is the thing that I most recently read. Little announcement, by the way. Oh, what is the next story I'm going to be reading for this upcoming summer? Returning Home. It was something that was recommended to me by one of the fans. I usually don't even have fan recommendations, and I don't know, if I did, I would probably need a lot of them. I got some pretty strict requirements when it comes to reading a Pokemon fanfiction novel for this summer. But anyway, that's what I'm going to be doing this time around, and hope the author's doing well, by the way. It had kind of gone down for a bit. I don't know if that's changed or not. I kind of have my own copy of the story in my computer, but anyway, just thought I'd announce that. Returning Home. Crap, Poison Point. Dang it. I guess I'm gonna just have Miltank out early here because of this poison. But that'll be in the next battle. Okay, so I'm going through this region super fast because really this Let's Play is just the excuse for the recap that I never actually properly did of Gospel of Gold. And where I'd left off in the recap, I'm a little ahead in the game than where I am now. I'm way ahead in the game than where I should be in the recap. I'm still in Azalea Town in the recap. Gold goes into town, and he starts healing the Slowpoke, who had initially had their tails cut off by Team Rocket, and now that Team Rocket are gone, they're sort of coming back again, just as they did in the actual video game. Can I? Oh, okay. Well, whatever. I'll be able to skip these two campers. Oh, by the way, the guy I'm battling right now is one of the campers, Camper Ivan, that Gold initially ran into in the story. So Gold is doing his healing of the Slowpoke, and then some trainers ask Gold to heal their Pokemon as well. One trainer does, and Gold finds out he's a League trainer. His Pokemon got mutilated by Bugsy's Scyther's claws, scythes. And Gold's initially like, no, you knew what you were getting into because you're already into your second badge at this point, and you're still doing this. So I'm not going to heal any more Pokemon just to see them harmed again in this unjustifiable cause of brutal violence. And so the guy's like, okay, well, what if I give up my League journey? Like, I'm still going to be a Pokemon trainer, I'm just not going to be a brutalist. It's just sneaking around these guys. And Gold's actually amazed because it's quite a commitment to set aside your League journey. Gold knows it took him a very long time, a few years, to get his 3 years worth to get his right to own one starter Pokemon. And the League used to actually fund their trainers. That was why Pokemon Center Care was free. Like, nothing comes free in life, but the League would kind of sponsor the healing services and stuff, and make sure that the trainers got their food at Pokemon centers and whatnot. Whatever. The TV show, at least in the early seasons, never explained this stuff, how the system works. So I don't know. I'm just gonna... I put it into the story because the economics is just part of life. So they give up their journey, and Bugsy is upset about this because it's give and take. Like, if the Pokemon League is going to sponsor your healing and your food and all the things that are necessary for you to make it through the journey, well, their payoff is that you're then going to fight in this entertaining tournament that the rest of the populace can enjoy watching, and that's how the Pokemon League accumulates money. And so, Gold is disrupting that. And so Bugsy kind of takes him to his office, gives him a stern warning, cease and desist doing this stuff that's interrupting this year's League tournament, or this summer's training. because if you don't, then the Pokemon League is going to come down on you hard. And Gold, having already been oppressed by Silver the Lugia for a very long time, he kind of laughs at this. He's like, yeah, I know a thing or two about having enemies in high places. And so Bugsy's like stern with him, but eventually he lets Gold go. But he does warn him that if I see you doing this again, I'm going to have you escorted out of town. So that night, let's go ahead and do this. Yes, use the squirt bottle. That night, Jinichi, who is also witness to Gold telling people to discontinue their league journeys. Again, you could totally still be a Pokemon trainer and stuff. You know, you could do the things as have always been done, but the brutality of the new way that the Johto League does things, you know, come out of that. Don't be a part of that anymore. Jinichi hears, but Jinichi's worked too hard to get into his journey. And so he decides that, doggone it, these Zen headbutts. He's gonna keep going for it anyway. Like, he actually managed to beat the first gym because he had an Onix at the time. And an Onix is extremely useful against bug types as well as flying types, you know, super rock type advantage. So he's determined to keep going. So Gold, he's not able to talk him out of it, but he does overhear him talking to some suspicious man in the dark. Like, what should happen if you fail this gym leader? Because your Pokemon are going to get hurt super bad, and Pokemon care is outrageously expensive now that the Pokemon League is no longer properly sponsoring their trainers. They used to do it, now they're not, so you should have some sort of plan if the first gym battle doesn't work out and your Pokemon gets super hurt because you don't have enough money for Pokemon Center care, and your friend doesn't seem inclined to heal them, now does he? And so Jinichi's sort of caught between a rock and a hard place here. And so Gold kind of heads back to Kurt's house because Kurt's kind of sponsored... Kurt's allowed him to sleep over that night because he turned out to be a real boon for the Slowpoke. He's showing himself to be a positive force in the world, and Kurt's grateful for that. So Kurt lets him stay over, and then... Now, getting back to earlier in the recording here, earlier in the video, we saw Kamen sort of stop you as you're trying to leave town, saying, hey, tell me something, is it true that Team Rocket's returned? Well, here he does it again, only now it's Silver. Not Silver Kamen, the redheaded guy, but Silver the Lugia. And he, just as Gold is being influenced by Spirit, the Phoenix, the Ho-Oh, well now... Silver is not just influencing Kamen, but actually fully possessing him. And he can do this because Kamen is letting him do this. But apparently Kamen, upon failing his first gym badge, wanted power in order to try again and get better. And so Silver offered that power on condition that he possessed him. And so... he's doing this stuff kind of the backwards, hideous, wrong way of doing it. But he's doing it just as Satan mocks and imitates God in all things and twists them to his own backwards purposes. Well, now Silver's doing that as well. So, still trying to get Gold away from Spirit's ultimate purpose in the journey, he kind of knocks Gold out and puts this parallel life into his head through visions. Like, he puts his hands on his head and sort of injects some sort of psychological visions, or he does something to him mentally so that the Gold of Gospel of Gold actually becomes the Gold of this, temporarily, this game right here. You know, the actual Gold still has a heart of gold, but he's also a masterful Pokemon trainer, and he really knows what he's doing. And Silver's goal here is to try to kind of get Gold to be a proper Pokemon trainer, and thus distract him from what his actual purpose is supposed to be by Ho-Oh Spirit's designs. Now, Gold obviously doesn't know any of this, so he wakes up the next morning just kind of going about his way, confused as to why did I dream of having a successful gym match against Bugsy at Azalea? Oh crap, Bugsy. Jinichi was going to battle him. What's come of that? And it turns out that Jinichi, he's done something. He's made some sort of deal, and now he's left the party to go off on his own, and he won't say why. So Marina's all worried about this. And, sorry, I'm getting a little hung up on the dialogue here. There we go. Okay, yeah, blah, blah, blah. I'm gonna have Ho-Oh at the front of the party again in just a little bit here. It was poisoned, but now she's better. Alright. Boy, it's nice that you get Surf before your 4th gym battle here. You know, you have to wait until your 5th gym battle in the OG region. Kanto, what can I think of that? Alright, I'm sorry, I'm getting caught up again trying to concentrate. Ooh, look who it is. Okay. Shouldn't get distracted anymore. Okay, so back to the recap, back to the story. This was so much easier when it was actually the stuff on the screen that related to the story. Marina says she's worried about Jinichi, and so after getting sort of reprimanded by Bugsy, because Bugsy warned Gold not to move people away or urge people away from the journey, and what did Gold do? He told Marina, it's not worth it for this journey, and Marina's like, yeah, I see, I'm gonna discontinue my journey. Doggone it, this was a bad matchup. I'm gonna switch to Miltank here. Yeah, Shockwave. Do I want to switch to Miltank? I don't really have a proper response to a Steel type on this team. Ouch. Jeez, that was a strong attack. Alright, well, let's see how you fare against Whitney's Miltank. I actually have to concentrate here. Magnemite are a pain in the butt. Like, they'll paralyze you, and then they'll continue trying to confuse you and whatnot, but I guess he's just gonna use Shockwave on me. Okay. That's a powerful Shockwave, my goodness. He had... Oh, okay, good, he flinched it. I think he's having it hold a hold item that's making its electricity move stronger. I forget what you call... Oh, a magnet. Duh. Alright. Crocodile. Okay, that's fine. Let's just stomp that. I know, I'm being real cheap right now. I'm gonna have to concentrate more on the battles later on. For now, early PokeMMO is relatively easy, but this game's difficulty, it spikes quite a bit later on towards the end. It's a lot easier on you than in the Gospel of Gold, but... Alright, oh crap, I should have used Zen Headbutt. Dang it. There we go. So, Gold and Marina go through the what is that forest called? The forest that I went through just a little bit earlier here. Whatever, they go through that forest, they actually run into Suicune for a little bit, and then it turns out that Team Rocket was spotted in the forest. And much later on, it turns out that Jinichi was found in a Team Rocket outfit. He was in the forest trying to make it through. Why the heck is he in a Team Rocket outfit? Well, for the time being, after another sort of spiritual trial by Silver, Suicune leads Gold to where this guy in this Team Rocket outfit is. Gold sees it's Jinichi, and so he heals him up using his laying on of hands, and Jinichi's like, oh, thank God. There were a couple of guys who passed by me. I got attacked by a whole bunch of insects because, Silver's influencing the Pokemon in the area, and so he had the insects become much more aggressive towards the humans, and Jinichi was just one more human who, well, because he was in Team Rocket getup, he especially hated. So, Jinichi got attacked, he wasn't able to defend himself with his Pokemon in time, and so he was just stung, poisoned, and pretty much left for dead. 2 people passed by him who could have helped in healing him, but chose not to. This was me borrowing from the parable of the Good Samaritan. For anybody who doesn't know, it goes like this. Jesus liked to tell stories to help people learn his various lessons. Do I want to heal? Yeah, I'll heal real quick. So the parable goes like this. There's a dude who's like on a journey and he gets attacked and mugged on the road. And so he's left for dead on the road and his body does look dead. And a couple of people pass by him, but though they could have helped him out, they choose not to. Like a priest, a Levite, those who, according to Jewish law, are not supposed to touch dead people. Because, again, he looks dead, and they don't take the time to check to make sure. But even if it weren't a matter of don't touch the dead, the simple matter is that we really should help people who are clearly in distress and in need. You know, that's kind of a big takeaway from that story. But the only person who does actually end up helping is a Samaritan, who, in that context, is somebody who the Jewish people in general didn't like very much in those days. But it doesn't matter if you're an unlikable person, so long as you do the right thing, which in this case, of course, is helping somebody in their time of need. So, you know, he picked the guy up off the road, hauled him to the nearest inn, gave him some medical treatment, and said, "Here, innkeeper, take care of this fella, it'll be on my dime, and if he owes you anything more, I'll make sure I pay the bill when I come back." You know, that's the right thing to do. So, in this case, Gold was the person to find him, and, you know, he was initially thinking of leaving him like that because he didn't see Junichi, he saw a guy in a Team Rocket outfit. But when Spirit then has him look closer, he sees Junichi, and he's like, "What? Why is he in a Team Rocket outfit?" Well, okay, and never mind, he needs help right now, and so, you know, gives him some help. Am I ever going to use Takedown? I don't like that 85 accuracy, it's kind of weak sauce, and I already have Power 90 and Fly, so, I don't think I'll ever really use Roost either, but whatever. So Gold helps him up, and he does the laying on of hands thing. Oh crap, the darkness is messing with me. I suppose I could just keep restarting this gym, because it'll turn the lights back on. There's no shame in that. It's not like this is a skill thing, it's just sort of a memory thing. Oh, where was the path before the Pokemon battle? You know, you can look for it and try to remember where it was by the time the battle ends, or you could just choose to fall off the edge and then start again. It doesn't matter. I could be using a different Pokemon out front right now. Like, if I cared about fake Ho-Oh here, I would be concerned that it's getting so much special attack effort values right now, because obviously Ho-Oh is not built for that, but Furo is not built for that, but I don't care. Alright, don't get distracted. Aw, man, I'm getting distracted because Icy Wind lowered my speed. That's right, I should have switched out earlier, but I didn't. Maybe I'll run back to the Pokemon Center if I fall off the ledge again. Okay. So Junichi's in a Team Rocket outfit, and his companions are like, "Why are you doing this? Why are you in a Team Rocket outfit?" And so Junichi finally confesses. Team Rocket's got a much greater influence on the region than we suspected. No longer are they just a bunch of troublemakers who are cutting off Slowpoke tails or committing minor thefts on, children. Now they're actually influencing the Pokemon League's operation itself. And so, initially, and this is where Junichi tells his story, the only reason that he got an Onix in the first place... Did I miss? Oh, no, I just didn't. I'm really distracted right now. I didn't get it all the way. The only reason he got an Onix was because there was a Team Rocket operative. You know how in the game there's a guy who will give you an Onix as trade in exchange for a Bellsprout that's right there in the area? Like, if you move the next area over, it's right there. Whoops. Man, I'm just barely not getting these guys knocked out. Dang it. Alright, let's either have a crack. I don't know if I'm gonna be using Scyther in the endgame, but right now, why not? It's cool. Alright, I'm just gonna run back to the Pokemon Center, I think. See, look how dark it is. You don't even know how I'm moving right now. And, Firo's still following me despite being knocked out. That's kind of funny. That's weird. It's usually supposed to switch you to your next available conscious Pokemon so far as who's following you. So I'm a little surprised that Firo was still following me even after that. Oh well. Alright, so the guy who traded Jinichi his Onix that allowed him victory in the first gym, that was just sort of a minor taste of how Team Rocket could be beneficial. Like, why would anybody join Team Rocket or work with them? Well, it turns out because Team Rocket, like with all evil, there is a certain sweetness to sin, a sickly, bad, wrong sweetness, but temptation wouldn't be tempting if there wasn't a draw to it. So this guy tells Jinichi, look, you're gonna need some help, and Team Rocket can be reasonable people. We already helped you, though you knew it not at the time, back in Violet City, so we're offering our help to you again. If your Pokemon get beat up in your battle against Bugsy, and you don't have any healing items left because they're so expensive now because the difficulty curve is completely changed now, well, now Team Rocket's influence will be the only thing you can turn to, so it's this or nothing. You either give up your journey or you accept Team Rocket's help. So what did Jinichi do? Well, he had to accept Team Rocket's help, which meant he would get this secret potion, which, like in the game, you never know what it's actually made of. I said it was made up of, like, max revive and rare candy, which is very powerful stuff. But it allowed him to restore his Pokemon, and not only that, but make them stronger. But, you know, there's a reason that this stuff isn't publicly available. You know, if that were the case, if this stuff was so strong that if anybody could get it, stuff being this strong would have to have some consequences by it, because right now, if there were no consequences to it, everybody would buy it, is what I'm getting at. Sorry, I'm a little distracted. Okay, so whatever. Jinichi gets this secret potion, and fortunately for him, it doesn't have any deleterious side effects on his Pokemon yet. But if he keeps using it, who knows? In the meantime, because he is getting the chance to use it, the consequence is now he has to wear a Team Rocket uniform. Not forever, but just to the next city. And so, it's like, take it or leave it. Either you take this Team Rocket uniform, or I don't give you this secret potion, and then your journey ends. It's off the table forever. You don't really have any other way of properly healing your Pokemans. Oh, thank goodness. Ho-Oh is faster. Level 30. Max level is 32. So, you know, I said it would be probably best to start in this region if you were playing this Pokemon game from the beginning, because you can't travel to any other regions until you have 4 badges. But Whitney's Miltank and Morty's Gengar are going to be the 2 most difficult Pokemon to overcome if you do this. And I would totally recommend going with a Spearow/Fearow at the beginning. It sucks as a Pokemon later on, but in the beginning, it's pretty dang useful, actually. Okay, yep, still faster. Good. Alright, so this is the concept of a Faustian bargain, when you sort of make a deal with the devil to get something that you really want, and Jinichi really wants to become a successful league trainer. Ooh, nice critical hit. I got lucky there. And so, because he accepted the Team Rocket deal, now he's got to wear a uniform until Goldenrod City. And this is what he tells Gold and Marina. And they have sympathy for him. Where's the teleport here? So they decide that they're going to walk with him so that anybody else who would have otherwise been attempted to attack him, because, you know, he's a Team Rocket member. Look, he's wearing a Team Rocket uniform. Oh, there's the teleport. Well, now they'll be more hesitant to do anything to him while he's got two people walking on both of his sides, kind of defending him. And okay, maybe it'll spoil their public image, but so what? Gold's already got sort of a public image. And he finds this out, by the way. He goes to Goldenrod City, and he decides, okay, I better go to the gym for a while, because right now I'm attracting way too much attention. Let's go ahead and add Gengar to the team here. I was never going to use that Togepi for anything except as maybe a decoy Pokemon, something that would get knocked out instead of something else. I've now got 5 proper Pokemon on the team. Maybe I should use it as a decoy Pokemon. That's not very nice of me, but you know, if a Pokemon gets confused or something, or I need a turn to heal a Pokemon, I don't know. Oh, right. Surf. Let's go ahead and teach that to... This is a very dumb idea under normal circumstances, but I don't really have a proper Pokemon to teach Surf to otherwise. And I don't really see me ever using Heal Bell. I know I totally could have gotten rid of Headbutt, but I didn't. Which way to go? Do I want to go this way or this way? I guess I'll head off to the Lake of Rage for now. I was thinking that maybe during this recap, I just go in the same route as the trainer would have gone anyway, or Gold would have gone. But I guess I'm doing that, but I'm much too quick to the punch. Pseudo-Wood, dang it. Alright, so Gold hides in the Goldenrod gym, but there are girls there who, you know, they're on their phones, and they've seen some people recording Gold doing minor miracles. Actually, I guess some pretty major miracles. Just regrowing a Slowpoke's tail out of nothing. That's... I mean, you could replicate that, but it requires some... oh, what do you call it? Not AI. CG, that's it. It requires some proper CG in order to get through. So they're wondering, you know, was that computer generated, or did Gold actually do a miracle? Because normally it would be like, oh, that's totally CG, it's fake effects, but actually, now it looks like a bunch of people are saying he's the real deal, so is he? So they kind of harass Gold for a while, and just as Proton from Team Rocket earlier actually tried to kill Gold, like totally overreacting, so also these girls are causing Gold a whole bunch of unnecessary trouble. That's also Silver's influence. I never actually properly bring it up at that point in the story, and deliberately so, but that's Silver bringing out the worst in people. You know, it is their fault. They totally could have not been jerks to Gold, but they were. So, you know what, I'm going to put Miltank out front with these hikers and this sort of stuff coming up here. Why is that guy yelling peace at me? Yes, peace be with you. Go in peace and sin no more. A couple Zen headbutts ought to do this. Oh, right, I have Surf now. Let's go ahead and give that a whirl. So, in the middle of their harassing Gold, the next gym trainer to battle Whitney, he sends out a Machop, which you can also get, and I mispronounced that pretty badly. Or, it's not that I mispronounced it, but like I used the wrong syllables. At Machop or Machop? I can never get it quite right. Boy, I need to get a proper Fire-type Pokemon on my team here. Or at least a better water type than just a Miltank that happens to know Surf. Is this going to be enough? Come on. Ah, it's not going to be enough. Oh well. It's fine. I've totally cheesed this so far because, again, the playthrough's not really the point. It's just the recap. But I'm going to have to concentrate more on these battles, as I've said, as time goes on. Miltank level's super slow, so I'm not sure how much effort I really want to put into it. Alright, 65, Waterstone, got it. So Gold heals the Machop, whatever, when it gets smashed into the stand by her Miltank's rollout, and its neck gets broken. Like, it basically dies right there on the spot, but Gold does the lay on hands and heals it right in front of the girls, and they're all shocked and stuff, and they can't really properly react. But Whitney, upon seeing the Miltank, or the Machop being revived, Machop, whatever, is like, you totally used like a secret potion or something, or a hidden potion, and you're interfering in gym matches. I know about you. Bugsy warned me about you. Oh wow, this guy has a Kangaskhan. Good job, bud. And so she detains Gold until the Goldenrod police can pick him up and sort of arrest him for continual interference in official league matches after he was already ordered to cease and desist. And so he gets dragged to the police station and held there. And he's all in shock and stuff. And there finally is when his dad comes back into the picture. I realized when I was writing that about the time of Azalea Force, that's what it was, of course, that Gold totally should have called his dad or asked to borrow somebody's cell phone way earlier than he did. You know, his dad must be worried sick upon somebody was going to contact him to let him know, hey, your son never made it all the way to New Barktown. We're afraid that something's happened to him, and we're searching, but he's currently missing. Like, of course the adults would do that. What were they going to do? Just not tell him? And so, you know, Pop's Gold, his dad's got to be freaking out. And Gold just never bothered to tell his dad anything. And so here at last, upon wishing that he should have said something, well, now that he's in jail, it's not the best place for a reunion, but he and his dad finally meet, and Gold explains to his dad, you know, look, Dad, I gotta keep going on. You know how the Phoenix healed me, or brought me back to life when I was a stillborn baby? Like, his dad understands better than anyone. Yeah, totally. So she's charged me with going through this journey for some reason. Oh, by the way, look at this. A level 27 Mareep in this field. This is really nice, but if Mareep, Flaffy, Ampharos didn't level up at such a slow pace, this would be a great Pokemon to have in the party. I'm kind of tempted, actually, to pick one up the next time I see one. Maybe I will. I don't know. I'll think about it. Okay, some red-haired kid made fun of my Pokemon. It's nice that they invoke the rival every now and then in some of the trainers. Like, they'll comment on him and what he's about. They didn't do that for Gary. I'm gonna have to concentrate pretty hard on this next part, because this is one of 2 times in this region that you run into an extremely powerful Pokemon. Like, they bump up its stats way higher than it has any right to be bumped up to. Like, these Pokemon are jacked. And, you know, you think, oh, 3-on-1, this will be easy. Oh, no. No, it is not. It is not. I'll show you what I mean in a little bit. Kind of regretting not capturing that Mareep, actually. I totally should have given it a couple of rare candies, but oh well. Let's see. Milk drink. You know what? I will switch out Headbutt. Or should I switch out Stomp? Nah, let's switch out Stomp. Headbutt is slightly higher powered. Come on. I got less of it, but I never end up using more than 15 of any move anyway before a Pokemon Center, so it'll be fine. Okay, Nidoran, yeah. One more Zen Headbutt. Don't poison me, don't poison me. Alright, so later that night, the only time that the actual radio tower of Goldenrod City gets brought up in the story occurs in another vision that Silver gives to Gold. It's like, this would have been Parallel U saving the Goldenrod radio tower from Team Rocket. And Gold's like, no, this is not my life. I don't have a Typhlosion. my Cyndaquil died, he's never coming back, and I've made peace with that, and so he rips himself away from his dream. And so that's when Silver appears and loses patience with him, and he's like, okay, fine, screw it, I'm gonna try to kill you in an earthquake. And once again, he's prevented because Spirit is looking out for him. Alright, gotta concentrate here. Let's go ahead and headbutt Gyarados. Maybe I can flinch it. Wing attack Magikarp, and wing attack Magikarp. I'm curious to see what this Gyarados will do. You have to get rid of the Magikarps, like, immediately. Look at how quick that was, and Dragon Rage hits everybody. I may not actually be able to beat this battle first thing. Oh, yep, see what happens when you don't beat the Magikarp? Rapid Evolution, and then Intimidate. My Pokemon's attack are down now. Alright, let's focus all fire on that one Gyarados for now, except for Miltank. Let's try to flinch this red Gyarados. Yeah, I did barely anything to that Gyarados. Hurricane. Is that gonna knock Scyther out in one hit? I'll bet it does. Yep, it does. You know, I'm trying to give my recap here, but I gotta concentrate here. Throwing around in the Whirlpool. Alright, no more screwing around. Alright, gotta kill off that Magikarp, but now Gengar's in the mix. Let's see what we can do with that. Let's go ahead and wing attack Magikarp. Headbutt. Alright, let's try Shadow Ball against Gyarados. Gyarados is a pretty high special defense, but this Gengar's got a pretty high special attack. Oh, yep. There goes Pidgeotto. I am kind of regretting not capturing that Marie, but I said from the beginning that I was going to try to use just Gym Leader Pokemon, so yeah, I'm going to continue trying to do that. Oh no, Gengar's attack, whatever shall I do now? But I am actually in pretty big trouble right here. It's probably going to take me a couple of tries to actually beat down this Gyarados. I hadn't been taking this game seriously, and now comes the difficulty spike. Shadow Ball. Let's try to knock out this Magikarp in one hit, shall we? Yeah, I can't let these Gyarados live alongside of it, because they're just gonna keep offering this main Gyarados, jeez, more and more assistance. Tackle. I'm gonna have Fake Ho-Oh attempt to fly here. Come on. And then that way, hopefully he'll aim at Fake Ho-Oh and then miss, and that will buy me another turn. Milk Drink. Let's go ahead and regenerate some hit points here because its attack is down, so... And... I think I can knock this other Gyarados out. Right now, this is just me trying to survive. I know, so much for the recap right now, but I really gotta concentrate on this red Gyarados. They bumped up the difficulty quite a bit, and these are my last actual good Pokemon left over, and Fake Ho-Oh is already on the verge of death. Oh! Well, yeah, I guess Thunder hits everything when you're in the air, but I guess Fake Ho-Oh is doomed no matter what. Alright, time for, yeah, time for my decoy Pokemon to get immediately killed. Shadow Ball. Alright, it's all or nothing, so let's go ahead and try to kill off this. Actually, let's go ahead and, charm it. I don't know if this is actually going to do anything, but maybe. But nah, I better use just regular Headbutt against Gyarados. Yeah, I'm all in on just killing off this red Gyarados. Wow, I'm actually doing a lot of damage all of a sudden. That's different. Okay, yeah. Just hang in there a little bit longer, guys. Miltank's attack is in the garbage right now. I'm kind of thinking about using Surf this time, but... I better not. No friendly fire against my own here. Come on, Shadow Ball, kill it off. Oh, alright, now I just gotta live through this round of a Gyarados and a Magikarp. That shouldn't be any problem. Also, I apologize if you can hear a rumbling in the background. There's an airplane going overhead. Okay. Whew. Yeah, you're evolving, but I think you're gonna get knocked out now that your main buddy is gone. Okay, yep, it's down. It's down. Whew. Yeah, I had to actually genuinely concentrate there. Alright, red scale acquired. Not that I'm ever gonna use it, but I could give it to Mr. Pokemon. Hi, Dragonite. Goofia. Yep, Goofia to you too. Alright, I'll help you investigate. Alright, so back to it. Now, had I gone the other direction, then I could have earned the right to fly a little bit earlier, and then I could have flown down there quickly. I wonder if I were to use fly right now, would it let me? You do not have the required badge, so no, it will not let me. I'm not surprised. Okay, I'm gonna come down this way, and at least coming down this way again, I can now pick up this sunstone, so that's something, I guess. Sorry, just trying to think back to my place here. Having to concentrate again, not that great of juggling multiple things at a time here. Where was I in the recap? Oh, so Silver causes an earthquake, tries to basically kill Gold in jail, tries to enter his mind and just completely mind crush him. But once again, the spirit, or the influence of spirit interferes and saves Gold once more from Silver being able to destroy him. But Gold is allowed to be pretty badly hurt. By the time he wakes up again, he's already sort of rejuvenating in a pile of sacred ash. But he also can't kind of make peace with the idea that why would a good god allow bad things to happen to people? And bad things to happen to good people is how the saying goes, but there are no truly good people. Like, we all start out sinful, and any good in us had to be taught to us. You know, it is God's nature, God's influence in us that allows us to be even somewhat good. But anyway, Gold doesn't like that he's constantly having all these terrible things happen to him when he should just be leading the life of an average 13-year-old. And so once again, he walks away from his journey. And of course, that's not the end of the journey. Just as in the walk of Christianity, one's faith will be tested, and sometimes believers will walk away. But then the question of, well, but did you get back up? Are you willing to come back to it? That is just another step along that journey. Or it might be that you leave the journey for good, and it is a crying shame when that happens. I'll not get into that too much, though. Gold walks away from his journey, and this is when in the what is the park called? Is it just called Central Park? It's the national park, Goldenrod National Park, I guess. It is there where the League finally comes down on him in earnest. Karen of the Elite Four catches him, and that's an unfortunate name. Like, now that Karen has become a meme, like the Karen meme, it's like, what is the head of the Elite Four gonna do? Complain to the manager? You know? It's like, I wanted her to be somewhat intimidating, but I could only do so much with what I was given there. Karen, she tries to kill Gold off just as the other humans have done. Again, you would think Silver's influence is once again rubbing off on the people of the region. Later on, you find out that Karen was actually immune to it, and she really is just that psychopathic. Let's put the fake Ho-Oh back out front. Yeah, I'm just going to keep on using that one, I think. She's not going to be useful for very much longer, fake Ho-Oh here, but I'll use her for a bit longer here, just for the sake of, doing a recap of Gospel of Gold. It seems appropriate. Wait, does this guy have a Magnemite? Oh, I hope he doesn't have a Magnemite, but I think he has a Magnemite, and if so, I switched at the wrong time. Porygon, okay. He might have a Magnemite, but whatever. At least Fake Ho will be a little bit useful now. So, Spirit's influence lingers with Gold even after Gold sort of turned his back. Ah, of course. Well, at least I'm getting rid of the sturdy ability. So, yeah, I'll switch to Miltank. Maybe one Surf will be enough to knock it out, I sorta doubt it. Miltank's special attack is absolute garbage. Maybe I'll do a Headbutt first. Flinch it. Yes, okay. Maybe now one Surf should be enough to take it the rest of the way. Okay, good. Spirit's influence is able to mess with Karen's Houndoom. It's appropriate that, Elite Four Karen, the head of the Elite Four, is a Dark-type master and has a Hellhound as her signature Pokemon. You could think that an Umbreon is actually her signature Pokemon, because it comes out first, and there was a good version of Karen and an evil version of Karen. Back when I wrote Corrupt Authority, I sort of had the good Karen who had an Umbreon, and Umbreon, like the Eevee line, the thing about the Eevee line is you have to show a lot of love if you want your Eevee to evolve into an Espeon or an Umbreon. And so it's implied that Karen was actually a loving trainer in order to have herself an Umbreon eventually. Now, in the game itself, there's only so many dark types to work with, so that's why Karen has an Umbreon. But whatever. In the Gospel of Gold, Karen is pretty much a psychopathic bitch. And, let's go ahead and grab this. And so it seems appropriate that Houndoom is now her signature Pokemon, a Hellhound, something that is very hard to make cute or innocent looking. Did I? Oh crap, I actually forgot to do the computer thing. I'm getting way distracted. Secret switch. Yeah, press the flashy red thing. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm like a preteen boy. So Houndoom the Hellhound is affected by Spirit's influence. Like there's some sort of thing that Gold sees, a brilliant spiritual flashing rainbow bird, and it terrifies Houndoom, and Houndoom just runs off, tail tucked between legs, and Karen's like, Houndoom, where are you going? And she's like, okay, well, we'll finish this trial by fire later when I come back. Don't go to that teleport. That teleport's a bad idea. But Gold, he sees what happened, and Morty, who happens to be there to witness it, Karen had kind of drawn him into forcing him to work with her and capturing Gold. He's like, I don't want to do this, but she's making me do this. But now that he sees a miracle happen, he is just completely overwhelmed, and he considers Gold to be the emissary of the Phoenix. In the game itself, you see in the battle with Morty, he makes a reference to a rainbow Pokemon that'll appear before a worthy trainer. And he thinks that he is that worthy trainer, or he wishes to be. He's seen the shadow of that worthy trainer. So I sort of use that dialogue in the story to show that Gold was the actual shadow of the worthy trainer. And it wasn't even Gold, because Gold's not a trainer. But he is sort of secretly harboring God the Holy Spirit in him. As time goes on, he's starting to become steadily more and more influenced by the Holy Spirit of God that helps him to do the right thing, influences him towards good. Every now and then he'll say and do things and have an unnatural burst of courage. Because, like, God is not content to leave us to ourselves, but wishes to be a part of our lives. And so Gold is way emboldened at that point, and he's given like this supernatural assurance of protection at this point. So Morty tries to bow before him, and Gold's like, no, don't do that, I'm a man just like you. And that's another thing from the Bible. Like, when Peter initially being a fisherman and then a disciple of Jesus, when Jesus rises again, he gives Peter the power to lay hands on people and heal them just as he once did. So, like, gold's nothing miraculous in that regard. Like, anybody who gives themselves over to the Holy Spirit will have power to bind demons on earth and heal people, cure sickness, and not be hurt when snakes bite them and that kind of thing. And so, but those people, St. Peter had people, like, lying down to worship him, like, they'd prostrate themselves before him, and he'd be like, no, I'm a person just like you, worship God in heaven. And same thing with angels. Angels would come to people, and people would be so overwhelmed by their holiness that they'd fall down and worship them, and the angels would be like, don't do that. No, I'm a servant just like you of the Most High God. So that's what happens with Morty. He falls down to worship at Gold's feet, and Gold forbids him from it. And then afterwards, they're like, okay, well, maybe we should get out of here. Let's see. What do I want to do here? I'm curious to see what... Oh, okay. They're going to do Aerial Ace. Whatever. I don't mind if Fake Ho-Oh gets knocked out. I've got another flying type anyway. Boy, I've been talking for a while. I don't plan on going on for a whole lot longer. Maybe we'll sort of finish this this base mission here. Oh crap, I forgot it has Roost. Am I gonna be able to knock it out quicker than it's able to heal itself? It's 5 levels above me, so... Oh man! Dang it, alright, fine. I'll send out Miltank. Crap, I forgot. I'm so busy doing the recap that I'm not paying proper attention here. Watch, it's going to use Fly now. I'm going to waste a whole bunch of time here. I could have totally avoided this scientist, by the way. I could have just snuck around and gone straight for the Team Rocket guy, but I didn't. And, jeez, the system is just abusing Roost right now. Oh well, gives me more time to talk, I guess. Okay. So Gold and Morty, once again, find Junichi and Marina, who are just trying to regather themselves, recollect themselves after the earthquake incident in Goldenrod. They were considering what to do when Gold was, like, put in holding. It's like, crap, do we continue the journey without him? What are we supposed to do now that we've pretty much set aside our own journeys? Like, following Gold seems the natural thing. And because they live in Ekritique in this sort of alternative universe version of events, maybe at this point they were considering just packing it up, going to Ekritique, going home, and telling people what they've seen. But they run into Gold again, and so they're very happy to see him alive and okay. And let's see, Scyther's out front. Do I want Scyther out front? Yeah, sure, why not? I'll leave Scyther out front for a bit. I can't really remember properly what these rockets have, because it changed from Gold version to Heart Gold version to now this version, according to PokeMMO. Okay, that's fine. I've got Wing Attack. I could totally take this Gloom down. And Gold has another vision as he dreams that night of having been very close to the bell tower of Ekritique, which is the traditional roost of the Phoenix before she flew away. He's standing on top of it, and she's there, and as Morty did with him, he's about to bow before her, and she's like, no, don't do it. And Gold's like, why not? Like, you basically are God. Like, you have the power to raise people and Pokemon. You were able to raise me, you were able to raise Raikou, Entei, and Suicune, because the traditional story was that 3 Pokemon perished in the burned tower that the old Lugia used to stay in. And so, by the Phoenix's resurrecting fire, 3 Pokemon then ran out of the building, and they were... The rumor has it that they were Eevees, essentially, and the Phoenix's resurrection turned those EVs not only back to life, but into legendary Pokemon. And that's what God's resurrecting power can do, by the way. We're all doomed to die, but those who die in Christ, being assured of our salvation and trusting in Him, we will be resurrected to new immortal bodies. And so it's just going to be a completely new body that we'll have. Not only immortal, but capable of doing all these things that Jesus himself did in his immortal body, being able to walk through walls and still be able to do physical stuff like eating food and whatnot, but it's going to be way freaking cool. Anyway, so now Gold has that new immortal body, and the Phoenix gave it to him, and so he's like, how are you not God? And that's when Spirit tells him, look, there is a God in heaven, and I am just a dim reflection of what that God in heaven is. You know, there's something even greater than me. I'm just sort of the usher towards the God in heaven. Oh, right, I forgot to ask the password of that other rocket. Doggone it, sorry. I gotta backtrack. Sorry if you were yelling at me through the screen back there. It's like, okay, you beat those guys, now freaking talk to them, because if you don't talk to them, you don't get it. Also, you missed this item and that item. Whoop, no item down here. Or there was, and I already picked it up, and I already forgot, because I'm being way distracted right now. Okay, Spirit says that this revelation of saying that she is just a small reflection of the true God in heaven, that is the gospel message that Gold needs to give to the people of Ecruteak. They've been worshipping her, the Phoenix, because they saw the godliness in her. Oh, right, I didn't fight this guy. Whoopsie. Not realizing that she was just sort of an example, a living metaphor of the real God. And so that's the message Gold has to give them, that there is a true God, and that's who they need to turn to and look to. And Gold's afraid because what if these people reject the message? Johto is supposed to be way in the East, and Eastern religion has never really seen eye to eye with Western Christianity. There are Asian Christians, but they are few and far between. Wait a second, did I talk to that guy a second time? Raticate Tail. Ah, okay. Yeah, okay. I think I'm good now. Think. Yeah, I'm about done. My brain's getting kind of fried at this point, having done 2 hours worth of recording. We've made quite a bit of progress. We're already like a third of the way, more than a third of the way through the game. Got 4 badges, well on the way to the 5th one, and then the 6th one is like right after the 5th one, so getting pretty close. Yeah, there's Kamen. Come on, don't get distracted. Alright, so Gold knows he has to deliver this message, and he's not looking forward to it because he doesn't want to get rejected in his own hometown, because that's another thing in the Bible. Like, a prophet is not without honor except in his hometown. When people don't know you, and you come giving a fantastic message, they're actually more likely to believe you than if they've known you your whole life as some ordinary person, and all of a sudden you're acting in some extraordinary way. It's like, well, you're not like this. Who are you trying to fool? I know you. And so, knowing Gold, he's like, yeah, all these miraculous circumstances surround me, but if I start knocking their religion that they've known their whole life, then they're going to be upset with me, and I can't bear that in my own hometown. And so Marina and Junichi are like, oh crap, you self-destruct, dang it. They're like, okay, it's fine, we'll come with you. So if they reject you, they can reject me as well. And they can reject me as well. Raticate. Does this Raticate have a dark type move? I guess we're about to find out. Does he have Bite? Oh, he flinched and couldn't move anyway. Well. Ooh, Flame Orb. So he probably has like a facade. Whatever. Golbat. Yeah, let's go ahead and use Shadow Ball on it. Alright, so Gold goes into town, about to give his gospel of gold, as Spirit told him to, and they just wanted to stop by their houses real quick before doing anything else to let their parents know that they're okay, and Gold finds his house all ramshackled, because it turns out that Team Rocket had gone into his house and tried to jump him there. They were lying in wait for when he came back. So his dad was still gone. He didn't know where his dad was. But Proton, the guy whose operation he in part helped destroy alongside Kurt, and Tom, who is just an original character that I made up because Tom Rocket, Team Rocket sort of sounds the same, whatever. Tom was his partner in all this stuff, and both of them are kind of on their last chance from the main organization. If they screw this up, then they're freaking done in Team Rocket. I don't know if Team Rocket's going to execute them or what. Well, I mean, the listener doesn't know, but whatever. The point is that they're in trouble. This is their last chance. Something terrible is going to happen to them if they fail to assassinate Gold. But if they do kill Gold, then their slate is wiped completely clean. All is forgiven. And Proton says, the boss's sister's in good with the League. We can make this all go away, but if we fail, then we'll be punished instead. And so all this to convince his partner that they need to kill like a preteen or 13-year-old boy. And so Gold's like, sorry about the music, by the way. It's kind of starting to cut. Let me go ahead and close this out here. Oh, here comes Lance. Yeah, I know. I'm getting really distracted. I'm almost done with the recording here. All right, time to battle. So it turns out that Tom can't do it. This is just too much for him. And Proton loses it at that point. And he, too, is under the influence of Silver once again, because Silver does mean to kill Gold come hell or high water. And if it'll be high water, then that's what it's going to be, I guess. Dang it, Dragonite. I had the drowsy. I guess if it knocks it out, whatever. So he attacks his partner, and his partner pulls Gold out the window, and he has his coughing use self-destruct. But he only manages to kill himself, because Silver's influence is self-destructive. Silver doesn't care if he kills humans in the process of killing his enemy Gold. All the better, it's a Team Rocket member anyway, so who cares? He deserved it. But he fails because of Tom pulling Gold out of the way at the last minute. Gold is able to survive yet again. And when Gold is able to kind of collect his thoughts, because the explosion kind of gives him a bit of a concussion, his nose is bleeding a little bit, but he's okay, more or less. Everybody arrives because the sound of a bomb, of course, it's going to bring a bunch of people's attention. And they see this rocket guy near Gold, and they want to pretty much either lynch him or send him back to Team Rocket, having failed his mission, and let them deal with him in an even worse way. And Gold's like, no, this guy protected me. Yeah, he was bad, but we should give him a chance for redemption. Forgiveness has to be a thing that we all have, and at that point, it's basically the gospel message of, forgive each other as your Father's forgiven you. Like the Lord's Prayer, Our Father in heaven, your name is holy and great and wonderful. Let your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, the things that we've overstepped against you, as we forgive those who trespass against us. So, we trespass against each other, and so let us forgive each other as you have forgiven us. And don't lead us into temptation, but What? What? Uh, so, whoops. I guess he just self-destructed against a ghost-type Pokemon. How silly of him. Anyway, so Gold is kind of preaching forgiveness and whatnot, and that's when the Wise Trio enter the picture, and they're like, wait a second, are you the guy that we've been expecting? Because we've been expecting like the shadow of a great trainer that can finally tame the Phoenix, and here you are talking about the Phoenix. So, are you going to be the one who brings the Phoenix back? Are you the chosen one? And Gold's like, I'm nothing special. I'm just a guy. But there is a spirit who lives in me and kind of moving now. Like, Gold has been chosen since essentially before his birth at this point. And so it is not him, but the spirit that lives within him that is the true influence in the world that is capable of touching the hearts of all Pokemon and people. Yeah, good job, Electrode. You're basically doing what I was going to do to you in a second anyway, so. So the people are sort of like, I don't know. We weren't expecting it to be this way. They're still somewhat in doubt. And that's when Silver makes his move. So still kind of wearing the flesh suit of Kamen, Silver comes along and he mocks and ridicules Gold's message as something that was completely unclear. And Gold tells him to, like, get out of here. This is sacred territory. And Silver is like, what did you say? You realize I could make a flood that lasts for 40 days, right? And which is, another biblical reference right there. And so, once again, he's threatening and he's just about to come at Gold when the Phoenix herself comes and banishes him once and for all from Ecruteak. And all the people watch as she reveals herself at last after so many centuries. And she flies off with Gold on her back. And they head towards, well, where we are right now, the Lake of Rage, Mahogany Town area. And I guess having just concluded that episode and this one, this is where I'm going to leave off. So next time, we'll go ahead, get in a couple more gyms, and I appreciate you guys hanging with me for all this, by the way. You totally could be doing anything else right now. So thank you for watching, and hope you come back for more. Take care.